What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameTime Podcast. I am Isaiah Hoffman. It is September 8th, 2025, and I am here with my co-host, Darrell. Darrell, good to have you. If Darrell's lighting or whatever doesn't look too good today, folks, he is in Minnesota. He's there to root for the Vikings.
Listen, all these people here, the talk shows this morning on the radio, down here at the lobby in the hotel, it's Minnesota Vikings 5.0.
Yep.
These people love the Vikings.
We're not going to talk much about the Monday night game. Obviously, we are recording on the day of Monday Night Football, so we're not going to speak on that game too much. Our plan is to obviously always cover the Sunday slate. We're still trying to figure out how we want to record the NFL slate. So more than likely, when we record these NFL videos, we may miss out on the Monday night game to talk about, and we may miss out on the Thursday night game to talk about. But for the most part, we're going to cover every single game that goes on this NFL season. And Darrell, I mean, Sunday was a very eventful Sunday, and like I've been telling you, and I told my parents yesterday, I'm like, this has probably been, with college and NFL since we've because of the pod, I want to say, I've always been more of an NBA guy, always will be more of an NBA guy, right? But I've always probably if NBA's here for me, football's probably like right under here. And like right now, it's like, man, I'm watching quarterback analysis videos. I'm watching this, I'm watching that. Like I'm watching everything to get because I was just so excited to talk about the pod. Like I want to talk about the Sunday night game right now, but
Yeah.
I'll wait a little bit before we talk about the Sunday night game. Obviously, I want to talk about the 1 o'clock slate. We also had some breaking news dropped by Schefter right before the Monday night game. Brock Purdy has a shoulder injury to his throwing shoulder. Kittle has a hamstring injury that's going to keep him out for 4 weeks. So the Niners, I mean, we talked about the Niners schedule, how easy it could be for them. It just got a whole lot harder. And then, I mean, it was just a very eventful Sunday slate of games. And I'm going to give the floor to you first. What piqued your interest? What were some things that maybe caught you off guard? I'm really curious to see what you think because I've got a couple things I'm going to throw at you here because I
Okay.
remember what you said in the power rankings video a little bit.
Okay. Fair enough. One of the things that stuck me yesterday was the Jets and Steelers game. How offensively motivated that game was. I said a team that game was on both sides.
Yeah.
Both quarterbacks had something to prove against the other team,
Yep.
and guess what? They both did it. They both did it. They played well. I love the fact that Aaron Rodgers made it clear. Yeah, I want to beat everybody in the Jets organization. Say it out loud. Don't say it under your breath and don't imply it. Say it out loud. It's okay because
Yeah.
you're a human. So that was the first game that stuck out to me like a sore thumb, right? I love the fact that it was such a competitive game. You got, Steelers kicker kicking a 56-yard field goal and then turn around and banging another. Yeah, man, that's money right there. Then you turn around and you see the egg that the Detroit Lions laid yesterday. They laid an egg, but not because they're a bad offensive team. Green Bay has improved. With Micah Parsons coming over there, they've benefited. And granted, it's the first game of the season, so we're not going to overreact. But they played as well as probably I've seen Green Bay play in the last couple of years on defense. Very impressive. Exactly impressive. Then you go over to the Redskins and the Giants. The Giants are who they are, and I'm gonna tell you this: Russell Wilson is not long to be the starting quarterback in New York. Okay,
Yep.
he looked limited, he looked lost, and it looks as though very similar as last year when he was in Pittsburgh. The receivers aren't happy with him. You've got Neighbors going in. I think it was the first quarter. Neighbors went in on the coach talking about something. Dable tried to calm him down. It didn't work. I don't like Dable, by the way. He was an absolute joke in Tuscaloosa when he was offensive coordinator there. I've never liked him, and he tried to dap up Neighbors. Neighbors ignored him and kept on moving. Right. So I think the Giants, it's just a matter of time before Dable is gone. Russell Wilson is no longer the starting quarterback, and your guy from Ole Miss will be the quarterback, right? Jackson Dart. Then you take a look at the Colts, right? Colts thumped Miami, thumped them in every way, shape, and form. Give the Colts credit. They played ball. They played at home. Miami looked lost. You replaced Tua for Wilson out of BYU. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. Don't be surprised if the first coach that's fired resides in Miami, Florida. I think they're tired of his shtick. They're tired of his movement, and it wouldn't be surprising to see him not be there much longer. To be quite honest.
Well,
Cincinnati struggles with Cleveland, right? We talked about them blowing them out. No,
no.
it was the first game of the year, though, but it was a struggle game, but it was a good game.
You know me, you know me, Darrell. I already said, I'm coming with some overreactions. And
I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
You're not done? Okay.
Atlanta Falcons did what Atlanta Falcons do.
They do what they do?
They did what they do. They missed a chip shot field goal to tie the game at the end of the game. They did what Atlanta does. And that's what it is. So I didn't hit every game, and I'm not going to hit every game. But I liked what I saw in the competition. I like what I saw in the competitive nature of the defenses. The defense is a little bit ahead of the offenses right now, it seems like, and that's kind of the typical place. But yeah, it was a good week one, capped with last night's game with Baltimore and Buffalo, with my guy Derrick King Henry fumbling, and ultimately that lost him the game. But I will say this: let me hit the rewind button. It didn't lose him the game. Harbaugh lost him the game by not going for it on fourth down and not saying, listen, we've been running this ball up and down their throats. And they've come back. You get the ball in their hands, they're going to come back and score. Harbaugh does what Harbaugh does. I know my guy Jackson is getting a lot of flack. No flack deserved. Derrick Henry, no flack deserved. 200-plus yards, broken tackle after broken tackle, getting up the middle and scoring touchdowns. Blame the guy with the hat on that look like he's constipated. His brother cheats over in Los Angeles. So I don't want to hear it. His brother cheats. So the ex-Michigan coach, I won't say his name. This is for Ramon, right? So my point being is simply this. Don't blame Jackson. Don't blame Derrick Henry. Blame the guy with the hat on that looks constipated on the sidelines. So you can have that there. I've given you my NFL recap for the Sunday. So have at it.
For me, first of all, I'm gonna say right now, Justin Herbert looked great on Friday night in São Paulo, Brazil. I'm just gonna say it right now. I was gonna get to it later, but man, Justin Herbert.
So now we're going to argue. So now Justin Herbert can look great in the regular season, and you love him. But when Dak looked great in the regular season, you give Dak all type of crap.
Hold on, the pigs are about to fly. Because I was going to get to the Dallas Cowboys as well.
We'll get there because I don't want to hear about Justin Herbert because it was one game and he's got nothing in the playoffs. So I don't want to hear it.
Justin Herbert looked great.
I don't want to hear it. Don't talk to me about Justin Herbert.
Want to know? I said they were going to win week one in the predictions.
There's going to be 16 teams that are going to go 1-0. I don't want to hear that. They're one of 16 teams. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, I was right about that one. That's all that. Hey, I was right about that one.
Hey, even the sun shines on a dog's tail every once in a while. You got lucky. You got lucky.
Chargers fans, congratulations. Next team I want to talk about real quick is Denver Broncos. Didn't look as good as I thought they would look. They struggled. Bo Nix struggled a lot. I thought the offensive line looked a little shaky. Cam Ward, though, looked good for the most part. Only problem is all your points are field goals. Couldn't get the ball in the end zone. But hey, for week one, first overall pick, not a bad week one. Not a horrible week one. It was 20-12.
Maybe we overvalue Denver. Maybe we overvalue Denver a little bit.
Maybe so. And we'll see how they do against the Indianapolis Colts that scored on every drive. And the last time they scored on their first three drives was in the year 2006. So it's overreact. We're all overreacting in Indianapolis. Pat McAfee is exclaiming loud and proud that the Colts will be in the Super Bowl. I love Pat, though. I watched Overreaction Monday, so I've got a couple overreactions, but I saved them for the pod instead of putting them out on X. But Colts looked really good. I mean, they're saying a new sheriff's in town. They're calling Daniel Jones Indiana Jones. I mean, I love it. I love it. And like we talked about, Darrell, when we were talking about this quarterback situation, right? We were like the city of Indianapolis. When Tyrese went down, it was a huge, just like deflation of a balloon after the high we were on that whole playoff run. And I think, it was nice to have this moment, right? But I talked to my stepdad about it because obviously he's the Colts fan in the house. And I said it to some other people too. I'm like, okay, because a lot of these teams in week one, other than probably the Sunday night game and a couple others, but I would say it was a pretty conservative week from a lot of the teams, right? So I'm curious, when we get to week 4, 5, and 6, can Daniel Jones make a deeper pass than what he did? He didn't throw, I don't think he really threw a deep ball. I mean, he probably threw maybe one or
He
two.
threw that touchdown pass.
So I'm
That was
just,
about 30 yards.
When things get a little more tough down the stretch, can he perform? That's what I want to see. But other than that, I mean,
he's been the same as Justin Herbert, so I say he'll be okay. He'll be okay. He's done exactly the same thing as Justin Herbert.
Anyways, I think Daniel Jones looked good, and I mean, I did not expect that. I did not expect him to look that good. But you know what? I want to give credit to Matt Taylor. We had him on the show. I listened to him a little bit on Sunday. Great work, by the way. The calls for the interceptions, beautiful. He posted them on X. He did a great job on Sunday. He came on this podcast, and I don't have it verbatim. I don't have it word for word. But he did say, Daniel, it's something along the lines of, this could be one of Daniel Jones. This could be his best season because he's never had a receiving group like this. He's never had an offensive line like this. And I went back and watched some highlights and some slow-mos on Twitter and stuff like that. I mean, he had a clean pocket basically that entire game. And if you look at New York, some of those New York games, I mean, he had to escape out of the pocket, do this, do that. Now, and somebody brought it up. I saw it being brought up too. It's like, was it the case of the Colts were good or Miami was just flat out bad? And I think it's a good mix of both, but I'm going to lean more towards the Colts. I think the Colts just played really well offensively. And I mean, when you're the Dolphins, right, offensively, you should be able to match whatever the Colts were producing when you've got the two fastest receivers in the league, basically. And no matter how bad the defense is. But the fact of the matter is, the Colts defense is going to also be, that's also the other reason why this Colts offense is probably going to look better than we thought, because their defense is stout. They pressure the quarterback. Buckner did a great job yesterday. Kwity Paye looked good. I mean, the secondary, we talked about it in the scheduling video. As much flack as Chris Ballard has gotten, he went out and got guys for the secondary. One of them, those guys being Bynum, he got the interception, the first interception of the game. Defense looks good. I really, there's nothing much I have to say regarding the Indianapolis Colts. Another team I'll bring up, right? Jacksonville Jaguars. Did not expect them to beat the Carolina Panthers in week 1. Panthers did not look that good. Jaguars looked pretty good. Travis Hunter didn't look half bad, but it's only week 1. It was against a Carolina's Panthers team that's going to be at the bottom of the league as it goes. But you know what? I'm a little intrigued. I will watch the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 2. Because I did not expect them to win. I don't think we both said the Panthers would win this week 1 game, and they didn't. So I'm curious to see. Another team I was disappointed in, Arizona Cardinals. Thought they were going to blow out this New Orleans Saints. Only reason I will not go as hardcore on them as some other teams is for the fact that it did come out before the game. Murray was dealing with an illness. So you know what? Okay, fair enough. But I did expect you to beat them by a bit more. What, you got any thoughts there?
If your quarterback is bad, listen, when they say illness, that means he's got the bubble guts, he's been throwing up, he's got the Hershey squirts, whatever you want to call it. That's real.
Yeah.
So those of us who are real, who aren't, lacing them up on a Sunday, that's real. Yeah. And you miss physical, you miss a regular day of work from home for something like that. So for this guy to get out there and attempt to play, you got to give him his flowers, right? They were at New Orleans if I remember right. Were they at New Orleans or no?
Yes, yeah, they were in New Orleans.
Yeah. Okay, you got your first game of the year. You're hyped up. There's got to be a little bit of ebb and flow with that, right? So I'm not disappointed in Arizona. They went away with a win. They got away with a win, and they should have, because they're a better team. Yep. And New Orleans Saints stink.
Yeah.
So you got to beat them. This isn't college football in 1986 when you got to get style points for the top opportunity. You got to win the game. So you go on to the next. So they've got 16 games to go, and they've got one under their belt as a win. So kudos to Arizona Cardinals. Kudos to the little guy for coming there and playing. Because, again, if he wasn't feeling good, internally, physically, that matters a lot. So kudos to him. And again, I love the fact that they gutted out a win yesterday.
Yeah. I agree. I was going to bring up Steelers and Jets, but I mean, Darrell, you had the Jets at number 31 in your power rankings. I do want to get your overall thoughts there, right? I mean, it's week 1. Like you said, both quarterbacks had a little bit of vengeance on their mind. I really am curious to see, because I know the Jets lost. I wonder how, like after watching that week 1 game, is there a part, I know you had them at 31, is there a part of you that says, okay, maybe this team can get 6 to 6? I mean, is there a part of you that thinks they can be second in the division after the way the Patriots looked and after the way the Dolphins looked? Like, is there any part of you that may think, okay, maybe they'll be better than I thought? I know it's just week 1.
No, because I think maybe we overvalue the Steelers, right? And a little bit from this game, right? They won the game, but here's the thing. I said overvalued what they did to bring the game close, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, angst around that game, and there's a lot of familiarity, right? You saw it throughout the game. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of guys going at each other individually. Let the dust settle a little bit. Was I impressed with the quarterback for the Jets? Absolutely. Was I impressed with the game plan that the coach had? Absolutely. But it's still 1 of 17.
No, I agree.
So let's see what happens when we're in week 7. Mm-hmm. Are they 2-5? Are they 4-3, 3-4? Where do they stand, right? Mm-hmm. So right now the Jets are 0-1. And if they lose the next 5 games in a similar fashion like that, they're 0-6. And now we're saying tank for whoever.
Well, they ain't winning next week. They play the Bills next week, so you could probably mark that as a loss. But I mean, if they keep it close, we'll see what happens. I mean,
keep it close.
But you lose. If you lose, you lose. I get it. I mean, but I'd be shocked if they keep it close, especially with the way the Bills won that Sunday night game. And I mean, man,
I disagree. You got a running quarterback. You got a running quarterback. You got good receivers on the outside. And you got a decent offensive line. And if you're motivated, what we didn't do in our predictions, we didn't talk about motivation. We didn't talk about internal intestinal fortitude. We didn't talk about those intangible things that can make a difference. These 2 teams are in New York. Granted, one is in the city and one is up near Canada. But what the Buffalo Bills went through last night, I promise you, they're licking their wounds today and tomorrow. They went up against a 235 bowling ball, wrecking ball, who also, by the way, is a 4-4 guy. They didn't want to touch Derrick Henry in the second half. That fumble was a farce, right? So let's see how they recuperate after this week. Remember, they played Sunday night. They play, I think it's a noon game next Sunday. Yeah. I could be wrong.
No, you're right. It's at 1 o'clock.
Let's see what happens. Now, granted, you're in the same state, so you're not traveling, and I get that.
Yeah.
But let's see how those wounds heal.
Hey, if you ask me, that fumble, that's just good script writing. No, I'm just joking. But anyways, the other team I want to bring up, Green Bay Packers, and this is not an overreaction. I mean, they could definitely beat the Eagles in an NFC Championship game.
Whoa,
that's not an overreaction.
I remember a guy telling me it's the Eagles.
Whoa! But if you remember, I have them in tier 1 after the Micah trade. But man, look, if there's an overreaction, there's an overreaction, then I'm going to take away from week 1.
He didn't make that much of a difference yesterday. Stop it.
It is this. Well,
I didn't think because he had a sack. Don't.
I didn't think. Hold on. I didn't think the Packers would look that good offensively either. That's my other thing. I didn't expect it. I
think Detroit looked bad defensively. I think they looked bad. I think they looked confused.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
I mean, they've got, and here's the thing, they've got most of their players back. Terran Arnold went out with a hamstring in the second quarter. And then never came back. Hutchinson's still coming back. They've got to get in their groove. I'm not here to throw dirt on the Lions, right? No. I think they still have the players. And again, I know there are some that value the coaching piece, the coaching camaraderie more than I do.
Yeah.
But I promise you, if you ask a person, say, would you rather have the greatest coaches in the world or the best players in the world? They'll tell you the best players.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Coaches don't get out in the field.
I mean, yeah.
I just think the dust has to settle a little bit, and let's see what happens.
We saw how one half of the Lions coordinators did, and he almost won his first game. I mean, I really liked Aaron Glenn, and I wanted him to be in Dallas, and he isn't. But I mean, he had a good first impression in New York. I think the Packers could definitely. I mean, if Jordan Love continues to play well, I know Micah is dealing with the back issue, but he got cleared to play. If he can get healthy, I mean, I don't see how they're not. Same thing with Washington; they've got McLaurin back. I mean,
very aggressive.
If Thursday taught me anything, and I'm gonna go back to Thursday. If Thursday showed me anything on the side of the Eagles, and granted, Jalen Carter got kicked out, and I really have not much to say there other than Jalen Carter has never been a high value. He's not a respectful. I don't know how to put it. We get it. We know who Jalen Carter is. We're gonna move on. If it showed me anything, though, this Eagles defense is still good, but I think the Eagles are human, right? You know, I've been labeling them as this super team, stuff like that. I think a lot of people thought the Cowboys were going to get crushed in this game. And you know, I just don't think people thought I didn't think Dallas was going to do what they did on Thursday night. So for me, it definitely made it seem like, okay, I mean, the Eagles did this against a Cowboys team that we all think is going to get 8 to 9 wins. I think they're going to have less than that. But so why can't a team like the Packers or Commanders beat them in the playoffs? We'll have to see how it goes. But if I look on the Dallas Cowboys side of things, right, and I look at this Dallas team, I was very impressed with Dak, right? I said it on Twitter. I was like, I can't complain about Dak when it felt like the whole night he had to scramble out of the pocket and create another play.
I don't know why you say that. I don't know what game you're watching. He was pressured twice the whole game.
It felt like, I don't know. It felt like to me
there was two quarterback pressures, no sacks.
It felt like to me he had to keep running. It felt like he kept escaping.
Because that's what you see. That's what you want to see.
No, I get it. I just was like, man.
Dak was in the pocket. He put the ball on the money.
I agree.
If you want to put some blame, it's called number 88.
I'm getting there. Getting there.
A fourth down drop and a third down drop.
Yes.
They were drive killers.
In your hands. Right? In your hands like this. Like this. Yeah. And you let it go.
Let's not talk about the money he makes. Money doesn't help you make a catch. So this crap about, well, he makes $29 million a year, he should catch. No. He didn't catch the ball if he's making $29 million a year or $29 a game. Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't catch those balls when it was necessary.
And to make it worse, I mean, well, not to make it worse, but it's like you got another receiver on the roster that isn't as good, but he's still good. And he didn't even get the ball that much that same night.
But how do we know he isn't as good? Because he wasn't able to show it in Steeler Town, and he definitely wasn't able to show it on game one. Yeah. So I think Pickens is a head case, but I believe Pickens is right on par with the guy who had 4 drops, one on the fourth down that they needed, one on the third down that caused them to punt. So I think he's on par. I don't think, because here's the thing, he hadn't had the quarterback that CeeDee Lamb has had over the last 4 years.
I agree. Well, we'll see. Maybe it's because it's week 1 and Pickens and Dak haven't played with each other. Maybe it'll get better down the stretch. I just kind of, a part of me expected Pickens to get the ball a little more. It's all right. It's just something that I noticed.
Feed your guy. You want to feed your guy. I get it, right?
It's something I noticed,
right?
But other than those, those drops were crucial, very crucial drops. If CeeDee catches those balls, right, it's a completely different thing that we're talking about here.
They're good enough to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, okay? I love the Eagles. They were good enough to beat the Philadelphia Eagles on that night. And we can say if, and there's a saying.
I agree.
I'll be drunk. But the thing is, they had an opportunity to win that game, not in spite of, but because of that quarterback play.
Yeah.
Those running backs played well. It wasn't the offensive line's fault of that fumble. That was a happenstance by a player who happened to be from the University of Alabama. But the bottom line is Dallas had an opportunity to win that game. And, if you look at it, why didn't they? The why, if you want to have one call why, that one call is 8-8 with an underline underneath it. That's why.
No, I agree. See, I mean, I couldn't believe it when he dropped the ball. I wasn't mad. At this point, I've had I don't get mad.
88 has a way of dropping balls when it matters, just like in the Green Bay game in the playoffs. Something about 88 and ball drops. I just don't know what that means. But you can talk to me about that a little bit.
I don't get angry watching the Cowboys lose anymore. So I was just like, man, he dropped it? Well, I'm going to bed, turned it off, went to bed.
And look, this is the other thing. What is that? We know it was your fault. 5, 6, 7, whatever million people on TV saw it. And then there's 65,000 people in the stands that saw it. We know it was your fault.
One other thing, because I was very unhappy.
I'm getting fired up.
I was very unhappy when he was hired, but I will give him credit. I thought Brian Schottenheimer did a good job at getting this team prepped.
Sure did.
He was the main play caller. I thought he called really good plays on the offensive side of the ball. So I will, for week one, just week one, I will give a formal apology to Brian Schottenheimer and Daniel Jones. I was very hard on you guys, not on the pod, but just off camera. For Daniel Jones, I was hard for him on the pod. I didn't say much about Schottenheimer on the pod, but still, I owe a week one apology to those two individuals. I apologize.
He accepted because Schottenheimer coached his ass off.
He did a great job.
I will give
maybe Jerry Jones. Maybe he's there a little bit.
Like I told you, Jerry Jones is not playing checkers. He's playing chess. And just because people don't like him, they want to say these things. Jerry Jones is playing chess, and everybody's watching in a tube room.
Yeah.
So go, Jerry Jones. You're the greatest owner out there.
No, he's not. All right, that's an overreaction. So there's your overreaction for the day. I don't think it was a bad game from Dallas. You get a free win next week against New York. Now, if you blow that one, then I'm really
be careful about free. It's the NFL. Those guys on contract too. So don't call it free. Say a great opportunity.
Well, what did Ramon say when we did the Cowboys schedule? If Sierra's boyfriend gonna be the quarterback, give me the Cowboys. If Jackson Dart gonna be the quarterback, give me the Giants. So I'm not really worried about New York. I hate to break it to you. Now, I am worried about Malik Neighbors, but you got to get him the ball, and that's going to be the problem if Wilson's under center.
Don't need to worry about Malik Neighbors. He's mad at his quarterback and his coach.
Yeah. Darrell, the other team I want to talk about, because we were kind of hard on this team in all our schedules because of their quarterback, and that's the Rams. They got the win over one of your teams you're high on this year, the Houston Texans, 14-9. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was watching this game, but the 4:00 slate I was not very interested in any of the three games.
It felt like a dud, right? It felt like a dud. If you remember, we talked about, is the quarterback going to be playing, right? Clearly, they played coy with everybody, the media, us being the part of the media as well.
Yep.
So they played coy. He looked great. Physically great. I'm not talking about quarterback-wise great. He looked physically okay. I didn't see limitations. I didn't see him leaning over, grabbing his back or anything like that. So they played coy with us, right? So, as I said, if Matt Stafford is the quarterback for 17 games, there's no reason to think the Rams can't win 9 or 10 games. But I also said if he's not the quarterback, you can see a 6 or 7 win team.
Yeah.
So if he's there 17 games, I say give him 9 or 10 wins. Yeah. With that coach and that coach being the type of offensive coordinator he is, yeah, I can see that.
I don't disagree. I'm curious to see how the Texans will bounce back. I should say the Texans I think the Texans play Monday night, it looks like. Yeah, they play Monday night against the Buccaneers next Monday. That should be a good game.
That's going to be a really good game.
Chargers play the Raiders also on Monday. That's at 10 o'clock. Speaking of the Raiders, we'll touch on them real quick. Not a bad game. They got the win. Geno Smith, I saw some stats that were really funny. Like, he's a better indoor stadium quarterback than an outdoor one. So I just found that interesting.
He's got
Like
small hands. He's got small hands.
the percentages are very like up and down, but I mean, props to the Raiders. They got the win. I didn't watch much of it. I mean, I live in Indianapolis. This game was just not going to be on TV for me, so I saw some clips on Red Zone. But props to the Raiders. Week 1 win. Now they play the Chargers. I mean, it's a divisional game. Anything can really happen. I think it is in Las Vegas, so we will see what happens with that one. But Darrell, the highlight of the weekend. Sunday Night Football. I mean, man, I watched the whole entire game, and all I gotta say is, Henry Cavill or not Henry Cavill, David Cornsweet. He was the actor that played Superman in the Superman movie that came out this summer, right? I mean, at this point, if he doesn't want to be Superman anymore, they can just recast Josh Allen in this role. I mean, this man, Josh Allen.
Listen, stop with the Josh,
Super Josh,
right?
man.
Stop
Super Josh.
Stop. Nah,
oh,
no.
my goodness.
He was handed a win. They had a 4th down. They've been running the ball up and down the field, and you punt the ball. You had a choke artist coach who gave it up like he always does. I don't want to hear that. Josh Allen's a hell of a player. He was the MVP of last year, and he played great last night. But tell you what, if you give me 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and 4 pennies, I can make $1 also. That's what they did. They gave him 99 cents and said, we need $1. So, yeah, he played great, and he's a hell of a player. I'm never going to take anything away from him. But I'm going to pause the Superman love because he was against a coach who went to bed, and I bet you when he went back to the locker room, he had to change his underwear because he shit his pants on that 4th down play, and that's his call. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Harbaugh situation right now. He gave it to him. You're playing great on the road. You offensively, you're dominating the play, and you wet the bed. You're up 15 points, and you turn around and you say, here you go. If you want to talk about, what you say earlier, if you want to talk about the script, no, that's a script. That's a script.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had Derrick Henry fumble the ball. I mean, that's just pigs are gonna start flying. I was watching.
200+ yards, broken tackle after broken tackle. I think 2 or 3 touchdowns.
I couldn't believe it, man. There's ridiculous.
There's nothing that he couldn't do yesterday. And that fumble, unfortunately, it's a product of the game, right? It's a product of the game. And you know what happened? Buffalo took advantage of that, and they got a coach who plucked it up like a lemon. And that's what happened. Let's kick the ball.
Rank these 4 running backs for me. I'm just curious. Right now, how would you rank these 4 running backs, right? You got Saquon, Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and then Bijan Robinson. I'm gonna give you those 4.
Derrick Henry, Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, and then you got the guy in San Francisco. Easily.
Wow. Okay.
Only because of what I've seen on the field.
No, that's fair. Man, Bijan at 2. And you know what? And I'm not discrediting it. I'm gonna
tell you. Can I tell you why? Go
ahead.
And the only reason why I say Bijan, the only reason,
one of the reasons I say I'm proud of you,
was because his athleticism. And granted, hey, your guy in Philadelphia is a hell of a player. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were gonna have Saquon at 1.
Bijan Robinson has the wiggle. Bijan Robinson has the wiggle that the others don't. But Derrick Henry says, I don't care what you got. Come get me.
Yeah.
Come get me. And Buffalo did not come and get him.
Yeah.
He says, look me up. So yeah, I say Derrick, Bijan, and again, that's splitting hairs. This isn't a knock on Barkley. Oh, look how he's terrible. No,
honestly,
he's great. He is great.
It's literally
if I've got to rank them 1 through 4, I've got to rank them.
Yeah. It's quite literally a 1A, 1B, 1 all 4 of those guys.
They say Derrick Henry doesn't catch the ball. They don't throw it to him.
Why would you?
You got to listen. You got to throw it to him to know if he can catch it. But based on what he's done, don't worry about it. Here comes 6'3", 240 coming at you.
Why? Hey, Derek, we're gonna do a screen pass. No, here, I'm gonna hand you the ball up the middle, and you're gonna do what you do. He did it twice. You talk about beast quakes. Man, he had 2 of them in that game. where
Dude,
he
listen,
just
when
completely.
God, you can see guys, yeah, they go out to tackle him, but it's like, if I happen to slip here, I slip. You
Yeah,
know,
in my opinion, I think you having McCaffrey at 4 is where he should be, literally
health,
only because
health and
of
age,
health.
health and age.
And Bijan at 2 is very interesting. I don't disagree with you. I think that list is so like
Yeah.
subjective. Like if somebody told me
Yeah.
Saquon's 1,
If someone
I would.
said, "Oh, you're crazy," I'm gonna give Barkley one. Okay, that's fair.
If you
I
say
mean,
Barkley's
I wouldn't
1,
be mad about it. I
I
wouldn't
don't
be mad
blame
about
you.
it.
I mean,
But
look what Barkley did last season, and
let,
I
let,
can't.
let
Yeah,
me give you what McCaffrey did yesterday, and I just noticed off the top of my head: 22 rushes yesterday for 69 yards, 9 catches for 73. Yes, he's a Swiss Army knife still.
yes,
He didn't get in the end zone. He averaged 3 yards a carry. Sorry,
no,
those injuries have taken their toll. It's great that he had 31 touches yesterday, 31 touches to the tune of 130 yards.
yeah, man.
And now, mind
talk
you,
about
nine were passes.
Bijan, right? I'm still hopeful. I mean, Atlanta showed me what I needed to see yesterday on the offensive side of the ball.
Hey,
Now,
did you see Tom Brady speak about 28 to 3 yesterday on the Fox show?
yes, I
He brought
did.
it up to 28
Now
to 3.
look, it's not. Now look, I get it. It for Michael Penix. I mean, Michael Penix didn't play. He didn't play bad, but I mean, he only
No,
had
not
one
not
pass.
bad at all. Not
He
bad
only
at
had
all.
one passing touchdown, which
Hey,
he
he's
probably
a
need one
young
more,
guy,
but
man. He played 4
he
games
played.
last year.
He played good.
It's week 1. He'll get better. He'll
Yeah,
continue to get better. And I'm proud of what he did.
and
I
man,
have no problem with what he did.
fantasy owners may have something to think about here. Kyle Pitts, 7 receptions, 59 yards. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Probably not.
I didn't draft Kyle Pitts on. I did 4 teams this year, and I didn't draft Kyle Pitts on one of them.
No,
I
no,
stayed
no.
far away.
Yeah,
Uh,
people
I
have done their part.
I'm still pretty confident in Atlanta to win the division. I think they have a shot. We'll see if they do. Right? I mean, they kept this close now, but now you got to go to Tampa Bay and you got to try to win it later on down the line in the year. But I think they've
Mhm.
got a shot. I mean, if this game showed me anything, it's that okay. Penix may still have some growing pains, but I mean, they may. And with Bijan in the backfield and the head coach that they got, the growing pains may not be enough to like make this team bad, if that makes sense. Like they may have enough here to get into the playoffs, like wild card at the very least.
It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be
I
tough.
know, but I watched the whole game on Sunday. I found my way to watch the full game,
Yeah.
being in Indiana, but I
So,
I thought
so,
Atlanta had me excited. That's all I'm gonna say.
so let me ask you this, right? So we talked about this, and I know we're wrapping up for the NFL piece. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 teams that are in the playoffs out of each conference, right?
Yeah.
Cincinnati won yesterday. Who do you remove out of the AFC from a playoff bid if we're going to include Cincinnati? I was thinking about this. If we're going to include Cincinnati, who do we remove from a playoff run from last year?
If I'm overreacting off of
I
week
have no
one,
idea.
if I'm overreacting off of week one, right? It's
Don't tell
either
me
tech.
Kansas City.
It's
Don't you dare say Kansas City.
no, 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 no. It's either Texans or Bills. If I'm overreacting about week one, it's either Texans or Bills.
If we're talking just week 1, I'd say you remove the Texans and you replace them with Cincinnati.
Wait, I said Bills. Texans or Broncos. I'm sorry. It's either Texans or Broncos. I said the Bills. My bad. Texans or Broncos is who I would remove. And honestly,
On my surface, I say Houston. I still like Houston, but it's week 1. They have no wins, so
yeah.
I would say remove them.
And man,
But
I mean,
we can flip that week after week though. And we'll see.
if we're talking about the Bengals, did you see that clip of when Burrow got the ball out, but Miles Garrett like smacked him? Like, man, my life would flash before. I mean, I would drop the ball. I'd be like,
His
I just
life
started.
probably flashed before him.
Yeah, I mean, but and you look. I don't know if you heard the stat. They had 7 yards of total offense in the second half and somehow won that game. I mean, Look, Cincinnati, what did we say in the pod, right? All Cincinnati had to do was get off to a better start than what they had it last year. Well,
And they're
yeah,
already there.
and they're
And they're
already
already
there.
there.
So, I mean, it can't.
I don't care if they only ran and threw for a grand total of 250 yards. I'll take
One,
249 yards every week with a W.
you won. And I mean, you look at the AFC South right now because I mean, the Colts won, Texans lost, Titans lost, Jags won. So, I mean, AFC South may be way more open than all of us on this panel thought.
Let's keep rolling. If the Colts do what they did, now you're talking about another potential playoff team. So
Yeah.
there's going to have to be some rumbling going on, right?
So I'm just curious, like you look at the AFC West, and I mean, look, asking Ramon if he buys the Chargers is like asking me to buy stock in the Niners. I'm not going to do it. So
Right.
So like, you know,
They look good. You got to give them credit.
If you put the hardball stuff aside, right, and you look at the Chiefs, and let's say the Chiefs are regressing, right? Worthy got hurt, so that sucks. But you got Worthy, Rashee Rice will be back. Kelsey's regressing too. But you look at,
I don't think he's regressing. He's just an old guy.
That's still regressing, though.
But he's no guy. You can't expect the Kelsey today of the Kelsey in 2020.
Would you say the AFC West not wide open, but is the door like what would you say the door is? Is it halfway open?
I say the door is open.
Wide open or halfway open?
No, I think it's open so someone can walk through it because Kansas City's receivers had drop after drop last week. They had poor route ran as per what they're saying on the experts are saying. Mm-hmm. And you've got a tight end who seems more focused on other things. And your defense didn't get any better.
Nope.
So your running back room, Pacheco's still coming off that injury. He's not 100%. No. He's got to get there, right? So no, that door is open. I'm not saying it's wide open, but there's an opportunity for Denver, the Chargers, to come through and make some hay.
No Raiders?
They punched them in the mouth this past week. So the Raiders there's a chance, but I like the chances for the Chargers after week one. After week one, Chargers Broncos better chance, that is, not better team, but better chance. And if I still say Kansas City wins 10 games this year.
If I'm taking my Herbert bias out of this, right? I mean, still, I was not impressed by Denver. I was not impressed by the Raiders. I mean, yeah, of course I was impressed by the Chargers, but I think a lot of people, I felt like the overall feeling heading into that game was like, okay, there's a chance here the Chargers win, but there's also a chance that they just lose really bad to the Chiefs. And it felt like that whole night when I was watching that game, I mean, it felt like to me the Chargers were the better team.
There's no feel like they were a better team, and there's no need to apologize. They were better on that night, and that's what people have to understand. It wasn't 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks in the future or whatever. What were you tonight? Were you better? If the answer is yes, you were better.
Yep.
Those guys, all of those guys were all state football players in high school. 90% of those guys got Division I offers. Probably another 60% of them were 4 or 5 star players. All those guys have an opportunity to be great. So was I surprised that Kansas City lost? Yeah. But does it just like shock me? No. Because San Diego has stockpiled some talent. Right? They got a good quarterback. I still don't think he's great. They got a good quarterback, but they got a better coach than what they've had in the last umpteen years.
Yep.
So that coaching matters, but you still got to have the horses to get you over the finish line. I don't think that horse he has in the backfield, in the offensive backfield, is a horse to get him to the finish line. That's what I just think. I don't think.
We will see. I'm excited. I mean, this week one gave us some prizes. It gave us a lot of things to think about as we get closer to week 2. This game will be over. The game will be over before this episode comes out. I'm gonna maybe break this up into a segment, 2 segments, since it's an hour, and I think it's an hour long, but I don't know. Just real quick, Vikings Bears. Any thoughts on them? Maybe not pick the winner of tonight's game, but just any thoughts on them as we're heading into the week 2.
Being here in Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy could run for mayor or governor and win. Every
That's
show I'm listening to on
serious.
the radio, J.J. McCarthy, they talked about, look, he went to a hockey game, and oh, he went to a high school game. They love J.J. McCarthy here in Minnesota.
Well, he's taking
And,
his.
and, and I'm telling you, their pundits here, they said it's a 2-touchdown win for Minnesota. They don't even think it's going to be close. They're calling 30-12 in that neighborhood. The pundits here in Minnesota, right down from the stadium, they're saying 30-ish to 12.
Well,
Bears don't have a chance.
Well, he just got sacked, and they're about to punt it on 4th down. But that's just the first drive of the game. You got to get more, and you're in Chicago, so he'll be good. Only the first drive.
Just saying.
Since you talked about Minnesota, I will talk about Chicago. We saw how good Aaron Glenn did in week 1. Hopefully Ben Johnson can do the same. How will Caleb Williams look? I think this Bears offense, you look at on paper, I mean, they should be on fire, right? It's like in those Fast and Furious movies when they put the NOS in the engine. I mean, that's how good the Bears offense should be, but we will see how that comes in the next couple weeks. We're planning to preview week 2 on Thursday. So Darrell, to get it out of the way, because we probably won't be able to cover it, who do you have winning on Thursday night? Commanders, Packers in Green Bay. I'm going to take the Commanders. These are the 2 teams that I moved up into tier 1 right before the season. So I'm going to take the Commanders.
Both looked great yesterday. Green Bay played better against better talent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take Green Bay, and plus they're at home. So I'm taking Green Bay, and I would say 27-20, something like that.
I'm going to take the Commanders. And because the one thing is, Goff is not as mobile as Jaden Daniels. I think Daniels will be able to do a bit more since he's more mobile. I think that'll help a lot. And then not only that, the Commanders, they got some firepower. Debo does not look as bad as I think. I don't know. He looked better than I thought. So
game 1.
Game one. I agree. We'll see how it goes. And obviously both of those teams are turning it around from, they're going from Sunday to Thursday. So no one's really short end of the stick here. No one's coming off a bye or nothing. So I'm curious how even that game's pretty even as we head into week 2. But that's going to do it for our NFL segment here on the Game Time Podcast. So don't go anywhere. We got more content coming up here in just a bit.
All the viewers, subscribers, friends, family of the Game Time Podcast, do me a quick favor. All right, reach out and get your T-shirts. If you look to the right of me or the left of me, you'll see both of my colleagues have these beautiful Game Time T-shirts.
Yeah, man, check it out. You see it right here, the logo that you see on the pod.
What you don't see is me with one, because they forgot to give me mine. So you go get yours before I get mine, all right? Because you're closer to the family than I am, because they left me out. I love those two, like cooked food, but they left me out. But you know what? They won't leave you out. Contact Isaiah, contact God. You can even contact me, and maybe we'll get ours together at the same time. All right?
We might.
Get in touch with us for details. We'll take care of you.
Absolutely. Rock the Game Time.
Game Time Podcast. That is right, folks. We are officially selling shirts. If you have any interest in buying them, let us know. $20 is the price for that. We're a startup selling them, so maybe Darrell will be nice. And,
maybe some flexibility. You never know. Just reach out and see. These aren't free, but hey, we have some opportunity to put our word out there. The Game Time Podcast as we continue to grow, for sure.
It's all about support. So if you guys do want to support us, make sure you guys do let us know. Just something we're starting up. Just going to see how it worked. We originally got them made for the pod, but then we had a couple people reach out to me and Darrell about maybe wanting to buy some. So we were like, you know what? Why not make an announcement video? So if you're interested, please let us know, and we will see you guys next time right here on the Game Time Podcast.